Hello, my lovely audience. Welcome to another video. Welcome to Themed Weeks. In case you're wondering what a themed week is, it's essentially where I post something and my viewers decide on what thing that is, and then throughout the entirety of the week, that theme becomes the theme for what ifs. So African mythology won, and to all those people who voted for Egyptian mythology, you have a second chance, to get your votes in. I've recently put up a poll asking, should Egyptian mythology count as African mythology, even though they were two separate things on the poll? So you may redeem yourselves, well, not redeem, more so, you have a second chance. Okay, with that out the way, let's get on with the what if. The impundulu. Immortal birds of thunder and lightning, they're basically Zapdos, except if Zapdos was weak to fire. That is the only known way to kill an impundulu. Yeah. Each beat of its wings is said to generate lightning and thunder. So then, let's get on with the what if. And Zuko Midoriya, with a set of very obvious black and blue wings, would be playing on the playground with his friends. Zuko would quickly say to a blonde-haired boy, Kachan, guess what? Guess what I learned about my feathers today? What is it, Zuko? The young boy, aptly named Zuko, would pull off one of his feathers, sparks flying from it, but that's not really the main point. The main point is that the feather would begin pointing towards Bakugo. My feathers can find people, like, if someone was stuck under rubble, or someone stuck out at sea, I can find other people. I can find people with my feathers. Is that really it? No. I also learned that my fat is apparently a miracle cure. You're fat? Yeah, I kinda had to skin myself for that one. It didn't really hurt that much. The fuck? Just like, the fuck? You did what? What? The injury closed within a few minutes. Doesn't, everything that can harm you just go through you? No, well, you see, I may or may not have, whilst my mother was looking away, heated up the knife in a fire and then stabbed myself with it. You're the only person I know who can get injured with a quirk that prevents injury. My goodness, are you okay? No, not in the slightest. Deku would just stick his tongue out at that. Just like at the last bit, kitten blip his tongue out. Burp. Give me a moment. In any way, yes. Izuku would also learn that he needs to eat a lot of foods high in iron. Because his body, lightning, you get it. Foods high in iron and needs to intake human blood, provided by his mother typically, but he can also shift from the form of a human to a bird, and he can drink from birds then. But apparently his quirk's very specific, because he can't drink human blood whilst he's a bird, and he can't drink bird blood when he's a human. His body will just reject it, and he'll throw it up. Also, in this what if, Izuku would have a much higher libido, if you know what that is, than majority of the time. Why? Because it's said in the Impundulu's legends that they were capable of transforming into handsome men in order to seduce women. As you can guess, they probably are, you know, as one would say, a species of man-whores. Give me a moment. Yeah, species of man-whores. Joke. Along with that, it's also said that no man can see an impundulu's true form. They just see a bird made out of lightning. Just lightning in the shape of a bird. Like, women, they see a giant fucking bird, but no, men see lightning bird. Anyway, Deku would grow up and he would be, quite an interesting fellow. Rather carefree, relaxed. He would be quite often hanging out with his friend Katsuki, Bakugo. They aren't gonna become like. Bakugo's not gonna become a douchebag because Deku can and will put Bakugo in his place whenever he gets too high up. One or two tases and he's back to normal. So Deku's just kinda chilling in class with a popsicle in his mouth. Not popsicle, lollipop in his mouth. Thinking about when class is gonna be over. He's just kinda tapping on the desk. He has his feet up. He's listening to what the teacher has to say about, entrance forms or something. He wasn't really paying attention, especially after the teacher threw their forms up in the air and then they got swooped out by the wind. He had difficulties preventing himself from laughing. As Bakugo's going off on his rant, everyone in the class knows what's gonna happen. As Bakugo's yeah, you're all gonna end up as D-listers and blah blah blah. I'm the best! Deku would just kind of be behind him and just... Are you sure about that, Katsuki? Oh, sweet Mama, I'm scared. The nurse is getting suspicious on how many times you have to get sent to her, Mercy. Deku would just kind of tase him with his wings. He's like... Okay, so, how do I explain this? In Deku's human form, he has a set of bird wings. He has these on his body. Like bird body. You would just kind of knock him with a bit of electricity. Some of the class would chuckle as the teacher would say, yeah, okay, please. 5 days till retirement. 5 days until retirement. No, 1 day until retirement. At the end of the day, Deku would just kind of be passed out. Just passed out in his seat. Bakugo's slowly backing out of the thing. Deku's just passed out, still with the lollipop in his mouth. As Bakugo's almost out of the door, he would hear, "Oh, Kacchan, where you going?" Bakugo would begin running. Oh, come on. You're the one who asked to train. Yes, and I'm regretting it. You're the one who explicitly said, no matter how many times I run away, I want to get stronger. I have it on recording. Don't care. See you in hell. Oh, you just pissed me off. Deku would begin chasing after Bakugo. Oh, they would run. The two of them would run. Bakugo would be running under, a bridge, trying to escape Deku. Deku's, chasing after him on the ground, saying, as he would yell, "Oh, this is good this is good, what? This is a good workout. Give me a moment." Yeah, he would be yelling that this is a good workout. Bakugo would run under the bridge. The manhole would explode into as the sludge villain would burst out like, "Hey kid, I need your Why are you already running?" "Sorry, I would like to fight you, but there's something far worse behind me." "Do you know who I am? The #2 hero Endeavor struggles with me. I am the sludge villain, and majority of heroes in this world have difficulties dealing with me. Who the fuck could be worse than me?" "That would be me." "Oh, Bird. Yeah. You look like a good body." "Oh, you're a pervert, eh? What are you, Michael Jackson? Reincarnated?" Joke. That was a joke. Yeah. Or like, good fucking grief, you're ugly. "Okay, you're dying." "No, I'm not." Lightning Bird! Deku would transform into his Lightning Bird form as the sludge villain would jump headfirst into a bird made out of pure lightning. And he's sludge. Presumably a very metallic sludge because he was in the sewer system. Fun fact, pipes are made out of lead, so thus there's a specific job at water purification plants to pour in a mineral mix into the pipes, so that way, you don't die from lead poisoning. So that's why tap water is so conductive, because there's literally iron in it. And considering the sludge villain was just in the piping system, you can guess he has a lot of iron in him. He would jump head first, and then just absolutely get fucking tased. You would pass right through and get lightninged. He would be convulsing on the ground, just continuously being shocked. He cannot move whatsoever. He's just eyeballs and teeth and sludge on the ground. He can't even scream. All Might would pop up like, "Never fear, I am..." Oh, hello. Giant bird. Giant lightning bird. I'm assuming that you're a person. Do you know where the sludge villain went? Yes, he's right under me. You are a person, okay. Yeah, okay. I remembered to take my medication this morning. You're what? Don't worry about it. What's one apocalyptic event between friends? I'm getting more concerned. Don't worry about it, just severe PTSD. The fuck? Would you mind helping me put him in his bottles? These bottles. Deku would turn back to his normal form, say, "Actually, I just want you to sign my notebook. My friend Kachan's getting away." Getting away from what? Training. We're trying to get into UA. Ah! Okay, makes sense. All Might would sign Deku's book, and Deku would run off chasing after Bakugo. All Might would then put the sludge villain in the bottles and jump away. Deku would, fly chasing after Bakugo. Bakugo, who just ran into an alley, would, be leaning against it, breathing heavily, I escaped him. He would feel Deku's hand on his shoulder as he would hear, "Oh, you know you're never gonna escape. Come on, you're gonna thank me later. Besides, you asked me for this." Bakugo's, being dragged away, clawing at the ground. No, please, no. Look, just gonna say this now. He's getting the Garp treatment. No, he's getting the Luffy treatment. And by that I mean he's being thrown off of cliffs. Thrown into the forest. And forced to fight to survive against the hundreds of monkeys. No one knows Why there's so many monkeys in the forest? All they know is that they are becoming an intelligent civilization, and the military should probably take action. How I love just stupidity. Give me a moment. Time skip about 4 months. Deku has doubled Bakugo's training and the severity of it, considering Deku can quite literally not be injured by anything other than fire. He's just kind of been working out, just lifting shit. Whilst Bakugo, who can be injured, means his bones can be broken, and thus the bones can grow back stronger. Anyway, Deku and Bakugo are on one of their quote-unquote break days. By that I mean cleaning up Dagobah Beach. Yes, that's their equivalent of a break day. Cleaning Dagobah Beach. Deku would be casually humming as he's carrying a washing machine up to, well, the garbage truck. No, they're selling the things to a local garbage company. No one owns them, they just kind of dump the shit here, so, yeah. Like local scrappers, so on and so forth for money. They even bought a truck. Deku would be carrying a washing machine onto a truck. He would put the washing machine down on the truck, and then he would notice a girl with, like, white hair and little blotches of red in it, with, like, a sandwich. He would just kind of look at her for a few minutes, for a few seconds, and then he would quickly, like, put himself back together. Like, oh, hello, I'm Izuku Midoriya, hi. Hi, I'm Fuyumi. May I ask why you're here? Uh, you know, he would just kind of point to the, truck beside him. Fuyumi would go, oh, yeah. Izuku would ask, may I ask why you're here? She would say, oh, I'm just here to bring my brother Shoto lunch. He usually doesn't eat lunch because he's been training too much. Deku would chuckle at that last bit, like, reminds me of all the times me and Bakugo's trained. Oh, you have a friend here? Yeah, Bakugo Katsuki. He's the blonde one over there. Oh, yeah, my brother Shota Todoroki, he's the one over there with Skeletor. Like, Toshinori Yagi, aka All Might, would just sneeze, like cough out blood, as he would say, someone's talking bad about me again. Like, yeah. Anyway, time skip about 6 months. Yeah, the end of the training arc. Izuku and Fuyumi have been routinely meeting up, both in and outside of training. You know, he sees her when she brings Shoto his lunch. He sees, like, yeah, just, they became friends. And, Bakugo totally doesn't have severe PTSD. I love that. Anyway, yeah. Like a week before UA, Izuku would be like out with Fuyumi, just out at night on top of a building somewhere, just on top of a building, admiring the view. Deku would get up and say, Fuyumi, I have something I want to show you. Would you mind? He would reach down and, stretch out his hand. Fuyumi would take his hand, and Deku would slowly back up to power cable. Deku would place his foot against it and say, hey, the views, just, I don't know what to say here. Like, this is me, Metalita, talking. I don't know what to say. Deku's just looking at her, she's looking at him. As Deku would say, the view tends to be better from over here. As like he would back up onto the power cable more, standing on it fully. He would look at her and say, "Don't worry about falling, I got you." Fuyumi would step onto the cable. Electricity would run from Deku's feathers onto the cable as a totally non-conspicuously, non-planned set of speakers would just begin playing romantic music. Once again, this totally was not planned in any sense. You can hear the sarcasm, right? But yeah, the two of them would slowly walk across the power line as the two would begin dancing on the power line. Blue electricity flying, sparks flying, both figuratively and literally, in the moons behind them as they continued to dance. Fuyumi would do a little pirouette, like a spin, with Deku holding her. She would almost fall over, but Deku would catch her and press his lips against hers. Just when the music, peaks, the moon is shining behind them very brightly, like full moon. The music peaks. Deku would press his lips against hers. On the power line, electricity and sparks would fly across and into the sky from Deku's wings. It's an absolutely beautiful moment. Anyway, yeah. So then, time skip. Like a week to UA. Deku and Fuyumi have started dating, which pisses Shoto the fuck off. Just absolutely pisses him off. Bakugo is thanking the lords above, whichever religion you believe in, he's thanking him. Because not only does he get to be Deku's wingman, nice pun, but it also means that Deku will spend more time with Fuyumi and less time torturing him. Training him. He is praising everyone from Ball to Quetzalcoatl. Any and everyone he be praising. Joke. UA. Deku doesn't trip, he doesn't mutter, he's just sat there, smiling. To everyone else, he just seems quite lovely, whilst President Mike's explaining everything. To Bakugo, that smile is fucking terrifying. He's having, World War. He's having, Vietnam flashbacks, staring at Deku smiling as he remembers Deku chucking him off a cliff into a pit of angry wolves. Hungry, angry, starved wolves that are on crack cocaine. He has no idea where he bought the crack, where he got it from. All he knows is that the wolves were on crack and more. He doesn't even know all the substances. He's pretty sure there was a little bit of LSD. Funny. Little joke. Yeah. So, Ida's still a dumbass. Deku would just casually chop him on the back of the head, making him sit down. No, he would just chop him on the head sit, sit. He was getting to that, sit. Rude? You're the one being rude to him. Sit the fuck down. Bakugo would look at him do it, man. Do it. If he invites you to train, don't take it. Don't accept it. That guy's a psycho. I don't know him. Once again, you're the one who asked. And you're the one who said, no matter how terrible it may be, it's for the sake of becoming a hero. Bakugo would just slump down knowing he did say that. Deku even has video evidence. Ida would sit down, crossing his arms, cheeks puffed like a child. President Mike would just say, "Thank you, kid! Thank ya!" Anyway, yeah. Let's continue. So, President Mike would explain everything, explain 0 pointer. Deku does well on the written exam, so does Bakugo. Physical exam, Deku be out as soon as the doors are open. Ida's like, he's cheating! President Mike's like, no he ain't! There ain't no countdowns in hero work! Go! 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 You know, everyone would go running, sprinting. And Deku would just kind of soar through the sky, go full impundulu mode, and just start dropping lightning like he is. He's just dropping lightning like he be Zeus. Yeah. He be dropping lightning on the robots like he is Zapdos. All the men are like, oh, he can turn into electricity in the shape of a bird. All the women are like, he can turn into a bird with electricity. Or a bird in the shape of electricity, I don't know. Just cool, like, double effect. He be dropping lightning on everything. 0 pointer comes out. Before it can really do that much, he would see a streak of red and blue lightning across the ground. He's like, oh damn, who the hell is that? And then One Punch Man would kick in as he would just go, oh no. The lightning would jump up, and then kablooey goes the robot. Endeavor's just yelling, shut up! Endeavor's just yelling that in the observance room so loud that even Shoto, from where he is, can hear it. His arms, like, flowing through the wind, broken and destroyed. Yeah. Time skip, UA. Give me a moment.